Sophie, a bright kid who dreamed of becoming a veterinarian, adored her cat Anne, a pretty short-haired Felis catus. Anne was her constant companion, and Sophie couldn't imagine life without her furry friend. When Sophie was accepted to a prestigious boarding school in Johor, she was excited but torn. The immersive learning environment promised to be everything she had dreamed of, yet the thought of leaving Anne behind made her feel a pang of sadness. Sophie knew she had to take the leap, though, for the sake of her future. A few weeks passed, and Sophie's examination results were off the charts. The school's immersive learning methods made all the difference. The biology laboratory featured interactive projections where students could watch cell division in real time. The physics lab had hands-on experiments where they could simulate the laws of motion with real objects. And the chemistry lab was equipped with devices that let students manipulate virtual molecules to explore chemical reactions safely. The advanced technology in these labs didn't just make learning more engaging, it made it come alive, transforming abstract concepts into tangible experiences. Despite her academic success, Sophie still felt a bit blue. She missed Anne terribly. Her best friend Rania noticed her friend's melancholy and knew something had to be done. So, she confided in their biology teacher, Mr. Faiz, and together they devised a plan to turn Sophie's frown upside down. One day in biology class, as Mr. Faiz was discussing the anatomy of mammals, he asked if anyone had a pet. Sophie's hand shot up with pride, and Mr. Faiz smiled knowingly. He pressed the button on his tablet, and suddenly a 3D hologram of Anne appeared next to Sophie, sitting on the desk just as she was really there. Sophie's heart skipped a beat. It wasn't just a projection. It was as if Anne was right there, looking at her with those familiar green eyes. Sophie gasped and blamed back tears. The technology not only allowed her to interact with Anne, but also created an immersive experience where she could learn alongside her beloved cat. Mr. Faiz explained that the hologram was powered by an advanced AI system designed to simulate real-time interactions based on Sophie's memories of Anne's behavior. As a result, Anne could respond to Sophie's voice, move, and even play with the objects around them in the classroom. Sophie marveled as Anne pawed at an imaginary ball, mimicking the playful antics of a real-life cat. What Sophie didn't expect was that the hologram also became a tool for learning. As Mr. Faiz guided the class through a lesson on animal behavior and genetics, Sophie noticed how Anne's virtual presence helped deepen her understanding of how certain traits were passed down through generations. The more Sophie interacted with the hologram, the more she realized how STEM advancements could make studying the natural world an adventure. Instead of reading about animal behavior in textbooks, Sophie could now observe it firsthand through her own pet. It was like stepping into a living textbook that brought her studies to life. Rania, who had been quietly watching the interaction, leaned over and whispered, "I told Mr. Faiz about how much you missed Anne. I thought this might help." Sophie's heart swelled with gratitude. Not only had her friend noticed her struggle, but she had also found a way to use technology to bring a little piece of home into Sophie's world. The experience left Sophie in awe. She realized that the future of education could blend emotional connection with academic discovery in ways she had never imagined. As she interacted with Anne's hologram, Sophie began to envision a future where technology could make every student's learning experience personalized and emotionally fulfilling. She imagined a world where students could explore new fields of science and medicine through holograms of real-world animals, plants, or even historical figures, creating an immersive journey of discovery that felt like an adventure. Every time Sophie went home for the school holidays, she found herself more and more excited to return to school. The advancements in STEM had transformed her learning experience. She was no longer just memorizing facts or reading about scientific concepts. She was living them. With every new project or experiment, Sophie felt like she was on a journey of discovery, one that was as thrilling and imaginative as the future she was now eager to create. And when she returned to school after the holidays, Anne's hologram would be there waiting for her, ready to accompany her on another unforgettable adventure in learning. Sophie realized that this was the only beginning of what could STEM do for education. The possibilities were endless, and she couldn't wait to explore them all. The end.